Hi everyone, welcome back. Today I wanted to do a book haul, and I'm not gonna lie, after I submitted my thesis I kind of was like, I'm buying books. I'm allowed to. So these have been all in the last month because I got most of them as a gift either from my mum. Yeah, so most of them I got in the aftermath of my thesis submission, and the others have been when I went to an op shop and found a book that I wanted. So let's just go through them. They're quite eclectic. A lot of these I don't know much about because I just want to read them without really knowing anything. And I'm wearing a thermal and a jumper. I'm fucking cold. It's so cold in Melbourne. So my first one that I got, this was from an op shop. It's Slaughterhouse 5 by Kurt Vonnegut. I've only read one Kurt Vonnegut book. That was Cat's Cradle, and I actually enjoyed it. I thought it was very interesting, very weird. And so when I saw this for $3, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna read this. And also, on Criminal Minds, Emily Prentice and Morgan talk about this book. So I was like, I want to understand the reference. So I picked this up, and it's also like a really cool cover, don't you think? I don't know, just a bit weird. I like it. New York Times considers this his best. The only bad thing is that it's blurred by Graham Greene. I don't like Graham Greene's writing. The next one I got is also from an op shop, and I only got this because Emma and Tiff and I read one of the books by this author, and I messaged them and I said, if I get this, do you want to like read it as a book swap book? And they said yes, and that's The Devil in the Dark Water by Stuart Turton. It's ginormous. I got this for $4.99, sorry, right there. It's ginormous, and I'm excited. This is about, why am I getting deja vu right now? I feel like I've already talked about this book. Have I already filmed this? Anyway, it's about this man. It's in the 1600s. This man is the world's greatest detective, but he's being transported from the Dutch East Indies to Amsterdam, where he is facing a trial for a crime that he may or may not have committed, and his bestie is with him. And then something happens on the boat to Amsterdam, and I don't know if it's necessarily supernatural or if it's like, yeah. If you've read the 7 Deaths of Evelyn Hardcastle, Stuart Turton does tend to like lay on the boundary between like fiction and sci-fi and like fantasy-esque stuff. So I'm actually kind of excited about this. So we'll be reading this in the future. I love finding books at op shops that you've just been like thinking about. The next one is also for a book swap book as well with Emma and Tiff, but also one that I've been wanting to read since it came out and people were talking about it, because this book has been everywhere on booktube, and that's the Southern Book Club's Guide to Slaying Vampires by Grady Hendrix. I can't speak today. This is basically what the title says. It's about this woman who's part of a book club who thinks that her neighbor, who like just came into the neighborhood, is a vampire. I don't know why she thinks that. I don't know if it's like supernatural horror and he actually is a vampire, or if it's like this mass hysteria situation like she causes that. I don't know what to think about this. I don't know what to predict about this, other than I am kind of excited. I want to read this soon. I think I might try and read this weekend, to be honest, because it just sounds like nothing that I've been reading recently. But yeah, if you read this, let me know if you enjoyed it. I also love the peaches everywhere. It's just, oh, I'm really excited about that. Oh, and then another one that I picked up from the op shop for $3 is Iris Murdoch's The Sea. Now this is the winner of the Booker Prize for one of the years, and Iris Murdoch is an author that I've been aware of on the periphery for a while, ever since I kind of started getting into more like literary fiction and reading book prize books. She's just been there in the back of my mind. Every now and then I hear people talk about Iris Murdoch, and I don't know if we love Iris Murdoch, if we don't like Iris Murdoch, but I want to read Iris Murdoch. So this one is about a man, I think. Ew, my hair. It's about a man. Yep. He is a very famous actor, playwright, but he retires and becomes a hermit essentially, and he goes to the sea. And I think this is just about him finding himself maybe in his retirement. A woman that he loved a very long time ago reappears in his life. So I think for some reason I am getting like Zadie Smith vibes, almost like that sort of slow moving, not so much a generational story, but a story about a family. I don't know, we'll see. I would like to see if Iris Murdoch is like a writer for me. Yeah, that's all I want to say. But look how ridiculous the writing is in this. Look how, can you see that? Anyway, I'm going to find the other books that I got secondhand. I think we'll just keep with that theme. The next, oh my god, this next one. You know when you manifest a book and you're like, oh, I really would love if I can find XYZ at the op shop sometime soon. It happened to me. I've been in this weird reading mood of reading classic like young adult / middle grade fantasy series that I never read growing up. So for instance, I read HP by She Who Must Not Be Named when I was in high school. Like, I was a late comer to that series. The Lord of the Rings, for instance, I only recently read a few years ago. I think I finished it last year. What else is there? Like, I never read His Dark Materials. I never read those like Hunger Games, Divergent series. I never read those books. And I don't know why, but coming closer to my 30th birthday, I kind of feel like I want to read them. So this one I found again for $2. Inkheart by Cornelia. I'm so excited. So I never read this series and I found the first book in this really wonderful like battered edition, and I was so happy when I saw it. I don't know much about this other than it was a Brendan Fraser movie, and it's about a young girl who, like, the fictional characters come to life. They come out of the book or something. I don't know, isn't it just so pretty? I kind of don't want to know much about it, to be honest. I just really want to read this entire series. If I can find the rest of this trilogy secondhand. Is it a trilogy or a series? I don't know, but I'm really excited to read this. I am planning on doing like a reading vlog series where I read these types of books. I want to read like His Dark Materials as well. So such a find. The next one is very random, but I've been in a sci-fi mood. Carl Sagan's Contact, a novel. It's about, I think, alien contact, basically. When a signal is discovered that seems to come from far beyond our solar system, scientists try and find the source. What follows is an eye-opening journey. I have only really heard good things about Carl Sagan's novels. It's considered one of the best science fiction novels ever written and a classic in sci-fi according to the blurb. So when I found this, it just felt like a sign from the universe, because I've been really wanting to get more into sci-fi this year. So there we go. How interesting, actually. I don't think I've read an alien contact book, actually. Like when humanity first is in contact with aliens from the universe. I don't think, or like extraterrestrial beings. I don't think I've ever read a book like that. This might be a very interesting journey. And I think that's all my, that's all my op shop books. Next, let's talk about the books that I recently got from Fairyloot. I refuse to get rid of my Fairyloot adult book box, even though I cannot afford it right now. But like, I refuse. Okay, I refuse because it brings me such joy. Okay, so the first one is Shanghai Immortal by A.Y. Chao. First of all, gorgeous. This, I think, is about an empire. Half vampire, half fox spirit. So, pawned by her mother to the king of hell as a child, Lady Jing is half vampire, half... I could not read if that was an I or not. Huli Jing, fox spirit, and all sasshole. Okay, sasshole. Can we just... Okay. So she's the king's ward. So she hears a plot to steal a priceless artifact, and I guess she jumps on the bandwagon to help stop it. I don't really know. Honestly, I just want vibes. This looks like it has vibes, and it's so pretty. Like, it's so pretty. So I actually want to get to this quite soon. The next one that I recently got from Fairyloot, oh my god, is In the Lives of Puppets by TJ Klune. I didn't know that Fairyloot was gonna send this as part of their adult book box, because and it worked out well because I forgot to pre-order this one as well. So it is absolutely stunning. It's just got like gorgeous art. So this is also one that I'm dying to read. And then as a present from my mum, after I submitted my thesis, she got me 5 books, 4 books, 3 books? Wait. Oh no, she got me 1, 2, 3 books. Including the Southern Book Club's Guide to Slaying Vampires. She also got me, and by got me I mean I chose, Earthsea, the first 4 books by Ursula K. Le Guin. I want to read Ursula K. Le Guin. I don't know if Earthsea is a great place to start, but I just did not know where to start. So I saw this at Dybbuk's and I picked it up, and I'm pretty sure it was on sale. So I'm really happy. Again, this is part of like, I want to read middle grade / young adult classic series that people may have read when they were growing up and I never read. So this is one of those series. All I know it's about Jed is a goat herder on the island of Gaunt when he comes across his own strange powers over nature. Sent to the School of Wizards on Roke or Roki, he learns the true way of magic and proves himself a powerful magician. But there's obviously a villain. So it sounds like an interesting time. Let me know if I should maybe start somewhere else, or if this is a good place to start with Ursula K. Le Guin. I would really appreciate your help, actually. I then got a anthology. Yeah, an anthology. I always forget if it's an anthology. An anthology. Oh, it literally says it right here. An anthology of First Nations speculative fiction. This is Aussie First Nations. It's This All Come Back Now, and it's edited by mykaela Saunders. Isn't it gorgeous? I think I saw this because it was like this on the shelf, and I just saw this and I was immediately like, I need to see what you're about. And then I saw that some like really awesome writers had a story in this collection, so I had to pick it up. This is the first ever anthology of First Nations speculative fiction. So it's all about things that have been taken from us that we collectively mourn the loss of or attempt to recover and revive. I think this is going to be fantastic. I think it's going to be emotional, and I'm very, very excited. If you don't know, like currently as I am filming this, it's NAIDOC week here in Australia. So that's where we celebrate our First Nations communities. So I might try and read this week actually. But yeah, we have some awesome writers like Karen Wilde, Alison Whittaker. I loved her poetry collection. We have like mykaela Saunders, John Morrissey, Callum Murray, like just to name a few, Hannah Donnelly. Like I'm so excited. I'm so excited. So it's a love letter to kin and country, to memory and future thinking. Oh, I really got excited. And I didn't even realize this came out. It supposedly came out last year. And then the last three books I got. One was also a gift in the aftermath of my thesis submission from Tiff. We went to Colin's Booksellers and she got me a voucher for my thesis submission. And I couldn't help myself. I finally found it in a bookstore. I got All's Well by Murdoch Awad. Isn't this gorgeous? It is gorgeous. I wish I got the original book with like the blue cover and like the dancing woman, but I got this. Very excited. I can't wait to continue my Murdoch Awad journey. And then most recently I was feeling things and I needed to make myself happy. So I went to Big W and I got some books. I finally got Once There Were Wolves by Charlotte McConaghy. This just sounds really weird. It's that kind of weird fiction that I crave. It's blurbed by Emily St. John Mandel and Jeff Vandermeer. I read the Southern Reach trilogy by Jeff Vandermeer and really, really loved it. So when I saw his name, I was like, it's about this woman who comes to the Scottish Highlands with like 14 grey wolves. Very strange. She's a biologist, I believe. Yeah, she's a biologist. Can you just imagine? Just like casually coming to a different country. Is it a different country? You hope it's not a different country that she's bringing all these wolves to, and it's just like she's going to the Scottish Highlands, but she like lives in Scotland. You'd hope so, right? Can you imagine? So she arrives in the Scottish Highlands with 14 grey wolves, a traumatized sister, and a fierce tenacity. She's a biologist, and she hopes the remote project will offer her twin a chance to heal from the horrific events that drove them out of Alaska. So she is moving country. Okay. It must obviously be for the project, but God, anyway. But then this woman Inti, she comes across a dead body, and then everyone in the town is like, it's your bloody wolves, and she's like, no, I know my wolves, they don't do this shit. Either it is the wolves, either it's a supernatural creature, or it's her sister, or it's, you know, maybe it's her and she doesn't remember. Maybe she's turning into a wolf. Maybe it's like a night bitch situation. Oh my God. I'm down for creepy, for horror, for weird. Like this just sound like I just picked this up because I had seen it everywhere and like it's been on my list for a while and I finally was able to get it. So very happy about this. And the last book that I want to talk about is one of my most anticipated one of my most anticipated releases of the year actually, and it's Love Theoretically by Allie Hazelwood. I love Allie Hazelwood. I don't know if you can see her books. See? Her books are here. Love on the Brain. Hannah's borrowing it at the moment. I love her books. I love the way that she writes romance. I do. I know that I'm going to enjoy an Allie Hazelwood romance novel. I won't talk much about this one because I think I've spoken about it already in earlier this year when I talk about my anticipated releases. But this is about a woman, she's a physicist. Is she a physicist? theoretical physicist. By day she's an adjunct professor, and by night she's like a fake girlfriend. And then she goes for an interview as her nemesis. I don't know why he's her nemesis, but I think it's like a rivals to lovers situation. It's supposed to be quite good. I think also it's supposed to delve a bit more into the politics of academia, which I'm a sucker for, as someone who is like technically a part of academia and like the academy, because I'm a PhD student, etc. But I'm very excited about this. I just don't know when I want to read this. I feel like I need to like binge read this on a weekend, but I don't know when that will be, because like literally the next like 3 weeks is going to be so busy. Not that you care. Anyway, yeah, so very excited. Allie Hazelwood is definitely an automatic buy author for me. And I've also heard that the male love interest, the man, is actually a good communicator, which finally we love when adults actually communicate. Some of my pet peeves in romance fiction is like the third arc conflict is seemingly always is miscommunication, and I hate that as a plot point. You're in your like 30s and you can't communicate. How have you come to this point? In romance, that's what I want. I want them to be better than me. You know what I mean? Instead of doing third arc conflicts, romance writers, spend more time with them being a couple. Do domestic fluff. You know, if you want a conflict, make it like an outside conflict, and they have to work together to achieve and triumph over this conflict. Don't make it about them too, okay? Anyway, I'll stop my lecture on Creative Writing 101. And that's all. Is that a big haul? I feel like it's a big haul. Books are expensive, okay? It brings such joy. So we have all these books. Turn them around. Oh, I forgot inkheart. And there's one book on the floor because it fell. I can't bother picking it up right now. It's too far. These are all the books that I've hauled recently. Yeah, I don't know what else to say. Thank you so much for being here with me. Subscribe if you like, and I'll see you next week. Have an absolutely wonderful day and take care. Stay safe. Happy reading, friends.